Welcome to the virtual training seminar for adult learning under the KEA2 project, Enhancing New Age Skills for Adults. Let's begin.
Self-budget management. Well, first of all, we're going to go through what is a budget, so explaining what the budget is and what it includes. Then we're going to move over to why do we need a budget. The next topic will be what are the elements of a budget, which include income, fixed costs, variable costs, unplanned costs, discretionary costs, and then some goals that a budget has. And finally, we're going to go through some tips on how to build a budget yourself. So what exactly is a budget? Well, a budget is a plan. It cannot be considered a forecast. However, the budget can be forecasted based on past events. It is a basic estimation of revenue and expenses over a period of time. And oftentimes a budget can just be a simple lookout on someone's financial situation in a certain time period. Why do we need a budget? Well, a budget is very useful because it can give you an overview of your spendings over a period of time. That way you have control over what you're spending and you have an overview. It can allow you to create a spending plan and ensure that you have enough money for all of your needs. That way you can also avoid going into debt. And finally, following a budget will keep you in line with your finances and out of debt, as I already mentioned. Our next topic are the elements of a budget. So what are the elements of a budget, you ask? Well, the first element is income. Then we go to fixed and variable costs, then unplanned costs, and finally discretionary costs. We also have another topic that is included here, which is goals. Moving forward to the first element of the budget, which is income. Well, income is the money that you receive usually over a period of time in exchange for providing a good or quality service. Determining your income is very easy, and also it's a very important step to build your budget. You can calculate it by combining your money that you receive monthly or weekly. And you also have to keep in mind that bonuses may be too inconsistent to include in your income. The next element of a budget are fixed costs. Why are they called fixed? Because they remain consistent or constant no matter the changes in activity. Fixed expenses stay the same from month to month. Some examples for them include your rent, so the money you pay every month for your apartment. Also insurance policies or car payments. Fixed costs are very easily accountable because they usually get out of your bank account on the same date of every month, which makes them overall very easy to calculate on a monthly or weekly basis. The next element of a budget, that's variable costs. Why are they variable? Because they tend to fluctuate from one billing period to the next. One example is your heating bill, which is probably going to be much higher in January compared to the one in July. The important thing here is that variable costs, as we know, tend to vary, so they might be more difficult to account. However, they can still be estimated on last year's, which still makes them easily predictable. Here we just have an example of a budget. You can see all of your fixed expenses and your monthly costs, also your variable expenses and your revenues from your jobs. Our next element are unplanned or emergency costs, things that you basically don't expect that can happen during the month. And it is generally a very good idea to reserve a part of your monthly income or budget for those emergencies. That way you can also avoid going into debt and overall just have a better look over on your finances. The final element are the discretionary costs, which include just entertainment purchases, such as going shopping for clothes, your internet fees, cable fees, television fees, going out for dinner, or simply buying a cup of coffee. It is generally a very good idea to keep track of those costs because people tend to spend way more money on them than they actually realize. Moving forward to the goals of creating a budget, well, a goal can be anything that you want to spend your money on. And we also have a few examples, such as a down payment on a home. You can also save for a very nice family vacation. You can start investing, that way you can also make more money. You can pay down past debts. You can create and stick to a household budget, cut spendings, or create emergency funds just in case some emergency occurs. Some basic tips on building a budget. So you should determine your monthly take or your home income, which is your income after deducing taxes and voluntary benefits. You should create a list of expenses with categories and add essentials and extra lists separately. And finally, you should keep track and be realistic. Also on the left side is presented an example of a budget, which you can actually use to build your own budget.